Well, so now, so we've got a little bit of a surprise here midway through the show, and if you're a fan and true believer of Counterblast, you know that for Halloween specials, you know, in addition to our normal two guys say unkind things about music shtick that we do, we like to go a bit above and beyond, and this Halloween special is no exception.
That's right, Sean. And this year we've really got something special lined up for our listeners. Not only do we have another amazing guest star on the show, we're actually going to do our first on-location segment. Here we are right now outside of the Counterblast van, Sean.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. In our rolling studio.
Yes. Every year for Halloween, I don't know if you knew this, Sean, our guest tonight every year decks out his house into a full-blown walk-through haunted house experience. And today we'll be taking you all on a tour through the home of the son of Satan himself, the founder of the Misfits, Sam Hain, and of course the band Danzig, Glenn Danzig.
The one and only Glenn Danzig, and that's right. So we're walking out of the Counterblast mobile studio van, and we're walking up what I guess is supposed to be the haunted trail up to Danzig's house right now. And I think this must be the start of the tour, which just it just kind of looks like Danzig's garage. But there he is. There's Glenn. There's Glenn Danzig right now. Hey, Danzig, what are you up to? Is this all a part of the tour?
Basically, right now, what I'm training is JKD, which is Jeet Kune Do. It's what Bruce Lee did.
Oh yeah, that's great, Danzig. Is the haunted house happening tonight? We're here to cover it for the Counterblast podcast.
My teacher is Jerry Poteet, which is one of 5 students Bruce handed this down to teach.
Well, that's crazy. Well, Danzig, how's all that going for you?
Good.
All right, great. So, as I'm sure many of our listeners already know, you are pretty much the authority on horror. So I'm willing to bet that your haunted house is going to be scary as hell. Can you prepare us and the listening audience at home a little bit before we go in?
It's everything. It's like violence, high energy, sex. It's everything, you know. And it's like a total release for you, and that's why you're going to get your nuts off, you know. And you know that's what should be for me.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty intense, I guess. So Danzig, can I call you Danzig?
I don't really care.
Right. So can you give our listeners a little backstory? Why did you decide to start running your own haunted house tour?
I just hated all like, Edgar Allan Poe and Baudelaire and things like that. So, and it just sprung from that. And it was kind of a thing that was happening in New York at the time. And so I put my own thing together. Just started putting people together, and that's what happened.
Huh. So you're saying that your haunted house is kind of a backlash to 19th century literature?
That sounds spooky. Yeah. But I'm guessing we're in for some real chills tonight, right, Danzig?
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Let's go on in and start the tour then.
Yeah, you want to go in the library, right?
The library?
Ooh, the haunted library, right? Like levitating books and cobwebs on candelabras, huh?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm sure it's going to be terrifying, whatever it is, seeing as you're Danzig and all.
Welcome to my book collection.
All right. So there's a bunch of bookshelves there for our listeners at home with books on them.
But wait. It just seems like it's an ordinary library, right? But then some kind of bloody axe murderer is going to jump out from behind a row of books or something, right?
No.
Okay. So tell us and the listeners at home what's so scary about this library, Danzig.
It's very kind of creepy and echoey.
Is it? Sure. I guess it's creepy for a library. Okay, for those of you at home, Danzig is now browsing some books on a shelf.
He's looking for the secret book that when you pull on it, the bookcase is going to open up and there's going to be a dungeon of horrors.
Let's see. Here we go. Yeah.
No, it looks like it's just a book.
The Werewolf by Montague Summers. This is great. There's lots of great werewolf stories in here, all documented, all true.
So, A book of werewolf stories? That's the scare?
There's one in particular that's great where they're looking for this guy who's accused of being a werewolf, and he comes out of this clearing shaking a baby in his mouth. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so maybe we should move on to the next room?
Here we go. This one's the Lost Books of the Bible.
Is that one scary?
Tells you a lot of stuff that they omitted from the Bible. Let's see, there's a chapter in here. It tells you about Jesus' childhood. There's one passage in here where Jesus and a little kid are playing on the Sabbath, and Jesus is making these clay statues he's formed come to life. And the child says, it's a Sabbath, you shouldn't be doing that, and blah, 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 blah. And so anyway, Jesus kills the kid.
Wow, that is pretty spooky. So what's in the next room on the tour, Danzig?
And here we have another passage. Another time when Lord Jesus was coming home in the evening with Joseph, he met a boy who ran so hard against him that he threw him down. To whom the Lord Jesus said, as thou hast thrown me down, so shalt thou fall, nor ever rise. And at that moment the boy fell down and died. It's pretty funny.
That's very funny, yeah. So I bet the next room is going to be...
Alright, what else do we got here? There's just various books on death, anthropology of evil, different societies' views of evil, what their conception of evil is. Something that don't even have evil.
Weird. All right, let's for the sake of our listening audience here, let's get moving along now. Okay, so we're moving on into the next room, and it looks like maybe we're in a den or a living room of some kind. There's some kind of, I guess, kind of creepy things on some shelves. I see what looks like a goat's head.
All right, yeah, so that's like a real goat head. This is a prop from the movie, the Hammer movie, The Devil's Bride. You have a bunch more goat heads, and there's a shrunken head right there.
Scary baubles then.
Uh-huh. So I see the TV is on too. Is that a part of the tour, Danzig?
Yeah.
Does the TV levitate, or maybe like a hand reaches out of it as you walk past?
No.
No. Okay. So what's on the TV? What are we seeing here?
Old horror movies and crime and Elvis.
Elvis? Creepsville, man. Well, I see a couple of Ouija boards over there on the table, right?
Yeah, these are prototypes for Ouija boards. There's a Misfits one, a Danzig one, and a Sam Hain one.
I see. So, merchandising. Is there going to be a seance portion of the tour? Because that might be pretty good.
I personally don't buy into it, so that's my take on it,
Okay. Well, Danzig, I don't know how to put this, but your haunted house is kind of boring so far.
Yeah.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, if you're asking Glenn and I, it is a little lame, actually.
Yeah, you have to either do this, you have to do it, or you don't do it. It's like anything. You get back what you put into it.
So it's our fault that your haunted house is kind of crap?
I go all out. If you're not going to go all out, you're not going to get anything. You're either into it or you're not into it. If you are, you'll get results. Dedication.
Dedication? But it doesn't look like you've done anything at all in here. This is just your house, which I'll grant you has a couple of kind of creepy things in it, but come on, man. You can't really pass this off as a haunted house.
Yeah, it's kind of misleading.
But what happened? I've heard stories in the early days. Danzig's haunted house used to be the place to be.
I don't know. It was tough back then. A lot of people, maybe embellish it as the years go on, or people look back on it and were like, oh, but it was like, you didn't make any money. Some nights, a couple thousand people, and some night you'd like 50 people. That's the way it was,
Yeah, but I've heard like all kinds of famous people used to come through here, right?
Yeah, back in the day, actually, friends of mine, like Journey and Foreigner, bands like The Who and Johnny Cash and Elvis.
Elvis? Elvis used to hang out at your haunted house?
It was an honor. Yeah, it was a real honor. And same thing with Roy. I mean, that's an honor, man.
Roy, like as in Roy Orbison? He was a fixture at your haunted house?
Yeah, he did one of the characters, and it was so over the top. And everyone thought he was going to be the hero, and then he doesn't do that anymore. But also, only one person can't make things happen.
So Roy Orbison, Johnny Cash, and Elvis stopped coming by, and the haunted house just kind of went downhill? Why do you keep doing it then?
I hate everybody. Yeah, it's my outlet for my hatred of everybody. Yeah.
Wow. Glenn, I think Danzig might be kind of a little lonely and sad. Maybe let's be nice to him, okay?
All right.
Okay. Look. We're sorry, Danzig. You're right. It's got to be tough for one person to run a whole haunted house. Glenn, apologize to Danzig.
I'm sorry I said your boring haunted house is boring, Danzig.
Whatever. I mean, there's lots of people who have different takes on it, so I don't care.
Come on, don't be that way. We're sorry.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Okay, well, you heard it here first, fans and true believers. That was our all-access look at Danzig's haunted house. We're on our way out now, but check it out if you're in the neighborhood.
Bring your workout clothes, apparently.
Yeah, right. Well, okay. Let's get back to the list here, and this is a perfect place to pick back up again. We're doing a Halloween tradition here at Counterblast. This has become right up there for me with making candy apples with Grandma. This is our famous, world-famous Screamin' Twofer we're going to do right now.